Hello and welcome to another in the Ask the Data Governance Coach video series. And today's question is, what's the best way to set data quality standards? Now, this was a topic I was discussing with a prospective client yesterday, and it got me thinking after the call that actually I end up having this same conversation with a lot of people. So it obviously makes sense that it's something that people are concerned about, and that perhaps I should do a video on it. So here goes. What is the best way to set your data quality standards? Well, I think the first thing we need to consider is, what is a data quality standard? And for many organizations and for many people, they think of a data governance, data quality standard, as a formal document that says the standard which your data must meet. Now, I'm not a great fan of these because it's very hard to be that prescriptive. And also that's an awful lot of paperwork for all the different data sets in your organization that you might wish to monitor the quality on over time. So I haven't found them overly useful. I think it's more useful in your data governance policy to have a section which determines which data should have data quality measures against it, because not all of your data needs to be monitored for data quality. So it would be useful to say something like only data that's critical to our organization has data quality rules. And then you might want to give some guidance on how you like to measure the quality of the data in your organization. And that will be using the data quality dimensions that I've discussed in other blogs and content. What I think is much more useful than having a whole raft of documents trying to document the standards is just to have the data quality rules that you're going to use, because you use a data quality rule to work out a standard. So let me give an example. So let's say you run an organization that has personal data. Let's face it, all organizations have personal data, even if it's only your employees. So let's say I am an employee of your organization and you have my date of birth amongst the other information you have about me. And we decide that date of birth is really important because you need to plan when perhaps I'm going to retire or when I might need some age appropriate training. So this is really important data. You might even have decided it's critical data. So what we need to do is to make sure this is correct. So you say this needs a data quality rule, and the data quality rule could be, a number of different rules. We could have that the data has to be complete, but it could be complete without not, actually being correct. We might say it has to be valid. So let's say you're a UK-based company. So we don't want my date of birth held in, say, a US format, because that's going to cause confusion. But again, you could have a date of birth in my date of birth field that actually is a valid format, but still is not correct. So we might also want to check it for accuracy to prove it really is my date of birth. So I've given you 3 different ways that you could measure date of birth there. And what we need to do is to talk to the people who use that data. So in our scenario here, perhaps the HR, some team in HR, and we'll ask them. And they might say, actually, so the standard is going to be how many exceptions can we have against that? They might say, actually, in terms of accuracy, it has to be 100% accurate. Any less than that is just not going to work for us. So you've now got your standard is 100%. Now, I don't think this needs big formal documentation. I think it needs capturing. I think both the rule and the standard needs to be captured probably in your data glossary or your data catalog is a good place. And really, that standard helps you decide whether your exceptions are acceptable or not. So you do data quality rules. On the date of birth field, you find that only 85% are accurate, and therefore you can report that you're not meeting the standard. Or conversely, you might be, and everything's green and everybody's happy. So I hope that's explained my view on data quality standards. I'm not a fan of trying to document what they may or may not be in advance. And I think the one other thing is really important to remember is that you must involve the consumers of that data in the setting of both the rule and the standard, because only they can tell you what makes that data good enough for them to use. And that is information, probably in the term of business rules, is what you turn into data quality rules and the standard that you wish that data to achieve in connection with that data quality rules. So I hope that has been useful and may hopefully save you hours of creating loads of documentation that would actually be very valuable and useful in actually delivering value from your data governance program. So if you did find that useful, please help me. As you probably know, I'm on a mission to help as many people be successful with data governance as possible. I don't want you to be where I was when I was first starting out, finding it so challenging and making every mistake in the book. So help me help more people not make my mistakes of the early days at any rate. And please like, comment, share this video on your choice of social media. And I look forward to seeing you back here next time.